I fled the country and told both of my parents different stories about where I was that week. R/confession. In college, my parents were so strict and I was literally like 23 years old and I was getting sick of being treated like a child. I met a girl that I liked while on an art trip in New York City. She was from Montreal and wanted me to come visit her during winter break. I was dead as broke, but I literally sped to the bank on my bike and dumped a huge pile of change over the counter and said, "I need to make this deposit ASAP, I'm trying to buy a plane ticket," because I wanted to get it before prices went up. I spent every penny I owned to fly to Montreal for winter break. I had to lie to my parents because they wouldn't let me do anything in peace. I told my mom I was visiting my best friend in Connecticut and told my dad I was on an art trip in New York City. Yes, I had reasons to give them each a different story. My phone stopped working in Canada and I went on Facebook and texted my little brother and told him to tell everyone that my phone fell into the snow and was at a repair shop. I ended up telling my parents the truth like 5 years later. Follow for more. To fool by writing that I abuse animals in my college application. So today I reread an application I submitted to one of my top schools and made a horrible discovery. One of the supplementary questions was about how my friends would describe me. I wrote about my reputation for being outdoorsy and passion for conservation. I had mentioned my time volunteering with injured sea turtles and some similar experiences. Here is where it went wrong. When I submitted my application, I thought I had wrote that I witnessed firsthand the abuse animals endure from humans. Turns out, somewhere in the final editing process I accidentally deleted the word witnessed. So yeah. Apparently, I firsthand the abuse animals endure from humans. Am I totally screwed? TLDR, I accidentally omitted a key word when talking about my time with abused sea turtles. Follow for more. Today I messed up by getting a bunch of my coworkers fired. I work in the trades, in an outdoor environment. We're between big pushes to get work accomplished, so we're running skeleton crews and accomplishing very basic, easy tasks. We were told to make this work last until the next big push. My crew got combined with another crew last Monday. We were literally walking around out in a field doing nothing. The outdoor air temperature was 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I commented that we should walk the areas we had to walk as fast as possible so we could go hunker down in the break area, which was heated. My co-workers got comfortable and were playing poker. Meanwhile I was sitting in the corner on my phone because I didn't want to gamble. Our boss drove out into the field, walked into the break area and I was hanging out, and fired everyone except me, because I wasn't playing with the rest of the crew. I'm the lowest ranking person on the crew, and there was a foreman present with us, but I can't help but think that if I hadn't convinced them to change the way they were doing things that they'd all still have jobs. TLDR, I convinced my coworkers to get their job done super fast so we could hang out in the break area because it was cold outside, and everyone got caught, but I was the only one that didn't get fired. Follow for more. If you're having a conversation, what is a common phrase that makes you want to stop and get away instantly? Response 1. They start talking about these products that have changed their life. There was this lady that got flamed in my city subreddit. She would hang around shopping centers and was apparently very charismatic, complimenting people, and seemed like she was just trying to make new friends. Someone made a post talking about how after hanging out with her a couple times and making a connection, she invited them to a business meeting that was blatantly an MLM scheme. They were pretty saddened by it because they thought that they just made a new friend, genuinely. Then a ton of more people came out of the woodwork and said the exact same thing had happened to them. They all had the same description of her. They met her at a store, she seemed nice, invited them out to coffee or something, and seemed like she genuinely wanted to be friends until she eventually started subtly shilling whatever her MLM scheme had her doing. Response 2. I'm just brutally honest. Usually I find people use this as an excuse to be an a-hole, and usually an uneducated a-hole. People like that are more interested in brutality than the honesty. A man is driving down the road, and his car breaks down near a monastery. He goes to the monastery, knocks on the door, and says, "My car broke down. Do you think I can stay tonight?" The monks graciously accept him, feed him dinner, and even fix his car. As the man tries to fall asleep, he hears a strange sound, a sound like no other that he has ever heard. The next morning, he asks the monks what the sound was. They say, "We can't tell you. You're not a monk." The man is disappointed but thanks them anyway and goes about his merry way. Some years later, the same man in the same car breaks down in front of the same monastery. The monks again accept him, feed him, and even fix his car. That night, he hears the same strange mesmerizing sound that he had heard years earlier. The next morning, he asks what the sound was, but the monks reply, "We can't tell you. You're not a monk." The man says, all right. I'm dying to know. If the only way I can find out what that sound was, is to become a monk, how do I become a monk?" The monks reply, "You must travel the earth and tell us how many blades of grass there are and the exact number of grains of sand on the planet. When you find these numbers, you will become a monk." The man sets about his task. Some 45 years later, he returns and knocks on the door of the monastery. He says, "I have traveled the earth and devoted my life to the task you demanded and have found what you had asked for. There are 371,145,236,284,232 blades of grass and 231,281,239,999,129,382 sand grains on the earth." The monks reply, "Congratulations, you are right. Now you are a monk. We shall now show you the way to the sound." The monks lead the man to a wooden door where the head monk says, "The sound is behind that door." The man reaches for the knob, but the door is locked. He asks, "May I have the key?" The monks gives him the key and he opens the door. Behind the wooden door is another door made of stone. The man requests the key to the stone door. The monks give him the key, and he opens it, only to find a door made of ruby. He demands another key from the monks, who provides it. Behind that door is another door, this one made of sapphire. Again, after asking the key, he opens the sapphire door. And there's yet another door. And so the doors keep coming and needing to be opened. Eventually the man goes through doors of gold, silver, turquoise, gold, diamond, and amethyst. Finally at this amethyst door, the monk says, this is the key to the last door. The man is relieved to no end. He unlocks the door, turns the knob, opens the door, and behind it he is astonished to find the source of that strange sound. It is truly an amazing and unbelievable sight, but I can't tell you what it is, because you're not a monk. Follow for more.